Ed, the local market was set for a pretty flat start today. Did it open flat?
It did open pretty flat, Laura. Look, the ASX 200 is up just 6 points today, so very flat start to the market. US markets finished last week slightly higher, so that might have given us a little bit of support this morning. But today it's worth watching the iron ore price. It's back near that decade high. It's about $185 a tonne, and I'd expect iron ore mining companies could do pretty well over the course of this week. Commonwealth Bank analysts have just released a report talking about steel production, saying in the year to March, steel production is 15% higher this year than last year, and China's steel production is 19% higher this year than last year. So obviously steel is one of the main users of iron ore and Australia's coking coal. So it's good for our resources sector and good for our budget, which is coming up in a few weeks. Yes. So worth watching the iron ore companies today. And Fortescue Metals, they've got their quarterly production results coming out on Thursday.
Yeah, this is always used as a bit of a buffer, this iron ore price. Josh Frydenberg has consistently, over successive budgets, really priced it quite low, and it's come in well above those budget expectations. So it's always used as a bit of a cash reserve in the budget, isn't it?
Well, it is in a way, yeah. Look, the government Treasury are very sort of cautious with the way that they price iron ore as a commodity, and historically, they've always priced it much lower than the actual reality. So they're sort of underpriced it and it over-delivers it seems to be every time now. So it is a nice little cash boost for the government coming up very soon.
Yeah, a few of those little hidden cash boosts in the budget, but still the deficit not looking to crash up. Better than my EFO did predict though. But Ed, auction clearance rates, housing prices. Well, auction clearance rates are often is an indicator of how hot the market is, and they fell slightly over the weekend. Where's it tracking?
Look, the market did fall, the auction clearance rates did fall very slightly over the weekend, but the property market is still very hot. Look, according to CoreLogic, there was roughly 2,000 auctions across Australia's capital cities. The clearance rate tracked down slightly to 78.5%. So clearance rates are near 80%. For homes, the clearance rates was about 80%. And for units, the clearance rate is still pretty high at about 75%. They say there was about 900 homes auctioned in Melbourne. Clearance rate there is 76%, whereas Sydney, roughly 800 homes. Clearance rate in Sydney a little bit higher at 85%. So the market is still strong. And just one example here this morning is from the ASX-listed real estate company McGrath. They've flagged a huge jump in earnings, all due to property sales. They're expecting their earnings this financial year to be 5 times higher than last year. So earnings of around $17 million this year compared to about $3.7 million last year. And McGrath Real Estate are putting that all down to the strength of the property market and record low interest rates, which are encouraging people to buy homes.
Well, there's a few winners in there. They're not first home buyers though, Ed, I've got to say. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Laura.